Hello everybody, my name is Algum, and welcome to Anthology of the Killer, a collection of comedy horror games where you're in a surreal world and nobody gets out alive. Not even these fellows. Really? Okay, well, I can't say that I was expecting that to happen. I thought that I would be able to talk to them, but... It's the coming thing. All the young people love it. What does it say on those posters? Missing. I guess that's a body that has no head. The walls have faces. Goose. Someone died here. Someone with no head. Unless the body's the head, in which case... I wish I could actually, look up, but there's no controls for that. That is cool, though. Opening night for Anthology of the Killer. They say Voice of the Killer is the first one. Yeah, I thought there'd be more people here. So much wonderful art. I'm trying to see if there is a way to actually move up, because I would like to look at the art, but... Coffee. Trust. A printer. Oh, this one speaks to me. Life contracts. Let's start with this one. Voice of the Killer. Strange Town Series Voice of the Killer. Hey y'all! Welcome to the new issue of my Zine of Strange Occurrences. I'm sorry that it's been a while. Please forgive me. I had to finish my exams. I've also been busy at work due to the events I shall relate. I've been working in the call center of the famous insurance company Life Contracts. Things here have been extremely chaotic. Or should I say, agile and flexible? That's right. Your correspondent has become a working girl, learning all kinds of exciting corporate lingo. Oh, okay, that's actually me moving. Or not. The bus is gone. I'm tempted to bail out, but won't get paid until I can make it through probation. And I promised I'd have color pictures next issue. I am committed. The company building is next to the sea, which would be nice if it didn't smell like piss. Night and day, the waves make an awful sound, like the vast mouth breathing. This is said to be the result of geology, the baleful science that wreaks havoc upon the world. Forward, urgent. Dear BB, I can't see you. Are you still real? Were you ever real? It's 3 a.m. I'm alone in the office, but soon the day will start, and I will see you again soon. Your call target for today is 100. If you cannot hit it, I will need to have you escorted from my life. Sincerely, Line Manager Liney. Officially, my job is to cold call people from a list of potential customers, but some days nobody ever gives me the list. Where is the list? Who manufactures the list? I've been trying to figure out so I won't get fired. Inside it's always busy and panicked feeling, and nobody wants to talk to me. Sign of a vibrant company culture. Everything smells like carpet. Behind the closed doors, I hear footsteps and chatter. Hello there, sheet ghost. Fellow employee. Can I leave? Nope. I guess everyone wears these sheets in the office as a confidentiality requirement. Mine hasn't arrived yet, although when I gave HR my address, they promised they would visit me soon. Whatever that means. In the break room, a shroud turns to face me. From beneath the sheet, I dimly sense lips moving, chattering against the fabric. I can't hear any words. I'm still not very good at work banter, so I just smile and nod as I try to find the coffee machine. Muffled cloth sounds. Same news as always. The sound is off and the radio is playing Wham. Thousands of corpses found on the beach. 2 inches of strangely viscous coffee ooze out of the machine. I think I'm getting a taste for it. Thank you. I will be returning back to my company life now. Well, I suppose this is still company life, but you know what I mean. Policemen roam the back corridors, wear an intense expression and sip coffee to remain inconspicuous while I'm wandering around. The motionless faces continue staring out to the sea. Let's check out other areas. Oh boy, my very own Zine distro. That's what I thought as well, but whenever I go to the copy room, the printer queue is already booked up and everybody's making those expensive colored copies. A new start tomorrow. Colleagues, as I'm sure you're aware, it has been several tough years for life contracts. The freakish and unexplained high murder rate in the city continues to blah 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 margins blah blah blah, exciting new challenges. As such, we are very excited by the long-awaited restructuring of our call center department to be accomplished, blah blah blah, sincerely General Manager Genny. Or is it Jenny? In the corner, there is a copy of the official company newsletter. It's full of pictures, executives grinning. But about what? In the corner, there's a copy of the official company newsletter. It's full of pictures of executives grinning. But about what? I wish I knew. Maybe that's how they get you. Remember, we don't pay out if the corpse is unidentifiable. I'm fairly certain that's highly illegal. In more ways than one. Alright, this is just a bit... Okay. Hello, soulless policeman. The noise of the waves mixes with the background murmur of the call center. I say some things that could be seals moving through the waves. I don't think those are seals. What's back here? Complaints? The boxes of complaints seem to absorb the sound around me. Don't worry, we're getting many complaints. Just ignore them. Back here are older, wallpapered passages from when the building used to belong to someone else. It feels like it's been forgotten about, but someone is still watering the plants, I guess. The door locks behind me. Employees of the month. I should have waited to come back here. The Lost Boardroom. Potter announced that we have succeeded in winning the core handling contract for all of the activities to last till Q3. Existing staff must be gradually familiarized with the new process in order not to cause alarm. Police will be on staff for all instances and have agreed to use our ice room for this purpose. I can't tell how recent these are. The attached charts are all indecipherable and look like they come from archaic 3D modeling software. Eh? There's like some nice meta humor, you know. What? I guess I can hold on to this until my real one arrives. There's a crude marker drawing of a key on the surface, but I can't see my name. Actions: more hand sanitizer, access to the bay, route will commence 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Watch out for... redacted. On my way back, I opened one of the file cabinets. Rubber bands? Staples, documents about nothing I'm familiar with. There's still no one around. Are the eyes looking at me? No, they're not. I try the card key on the door, but it won't unlock. Nobody's around to help, but at the other end of the hallway, I think I hear a murmur. Is it a fellow employee? When I step inside, the lights are dimmed and the murmuring grows louder. More excited. I feel they're talking about me and try to walk through faster. Oh, okay, those are people that are actually trying to... get me. Get back, shadow demons. The company may have sapped your soul of everything, but you won't sap mine. Well, I mean, eventually it would. Companies tend to do that to ya. Am I right? Oh my god. Oh my god, there's like an entire horde of them. I imagine this is where they put all the people that couldn't make their quota. Alright, that was just unfair. Uh-oh. No. Wait. Is something supposed to happen here? Am I supposed to get caught? I give my life unto thee, soulless husks of the company. Are you sorry for the things you've done? When I escape from the bag, I find myself in a crowded sub-office somewhere in the depths of the building. It's filled with policemen, using it as a temporary lounge. Nobody's paying much attention to me. I guess it's a catch and release for now. You can trust me, I'm the cool policeman. Check out these yo-yo tricks. Did you ever hear of a band named Fugazi? You look like someone I once strangled in a dream. Does something smell like blood in here? Or is it just me? Ignore that. I'm quirky, but I do get the job done. Someone behind a desk is enjoying his own voice while pretending to talk to me. I carefully deflect all queries. Rule number 1 of making a sign is never to talk to the police. What's a sign? Wow, I can't believe it's a cool policeman. He has the top clearance rate in the whole city, since none of the bodies are ever found. Do you think I could get an autograph? Oh, I'm sure he would love to give you an autograph. Written in blood. Now I don't recognize where I am at all. Is this another department of the call center? Other employees are walking slowly through a doorway at the end of the hall. There's a lot of moaning. Or at least grumbled voices. I go through another door. This one's filled with managers. Shredded paper fragments cover the floor and everything smells of disinfectant and warm rubber. Hey, they have better uniforms than the other ones. Wait, are these the call lists I was looking for? I look through and see the names of dead people, missing people, family, strangers, friends, numbers, home addresses. This might not be my department. Yeah, I figured that this wasn't my department. Boy, the rate is so high these days. They're saying the rate is going up even further. We'll certainly need the extra space for all of them. I'm glad we figured out how to make money from the rate. What is the rate? Well, as long as we're making more money, that's all I need to know. Did you hear? He's coming to visit later on. I hear he's very picky about what he sees. We'll do our best to make everything just right for him. I'm so excited that we finally get to meet him. We welcome the killer. Can I at least get a slice of that cake before you kill me and drain me of my life? Yeah! Are you sorry for the things you've done? The second dialer is next to the ocean again. Outside it's darker than before. The low chatter of voices sounds just like the sea. Suddenly I feel relaxed, as though I'm where I need to be. You mean my desk out at the front wasn't? Okay. I find a desk that's not mine, but that waits for me. The call scripts are written out phonetically. After a while, I stop trying to work out what they really mean and lose myself in the rhythm of my own voice. Say, I-S-O-C-K, me, res, set, e, may I. That night I had a dream that felt like waking from a dream. Clumps of hair were growing out of the sand. I tried pulling them up and found only more hair. My co-workers were calling me from further down the beach. Hey. That sounds like we're on the body of some, gigantic being. What is going on over there? That looks like a tongue. This makes me think we're on the face. That is like a mouth with a bunch of either blood or just random liquid, and that's a tongue. Whatever. I guess I'll just go to the feast, I guess. In a room above the waves, the management are getting ready to eat. There's a place for me. The food looks so enticing that I want to cry. The meat of the tongue is almost too pliant to cut through, but my knife is very sharp. I carve out a square and put it into my mouth. It's delicious, dripping with wet, fat juice. I chew and chew, but it never seems to diminish in my mouth. Probably because it's like rubber. And when I wake, my pillow is gone. My lips are chapped and sore. It's 3 a.m. I check my phone. I have a new message. Apparently the office burned down last night and will be closed indefinitely. They don't know whether anybody was inside. As I had not completed my basic training, I would not be eligible for severance pay. What a strange game that was. And that's only the first. There's 9 of these. Alright, let's move on to the next game. No, my fellows are going. Contents: voice of the killer, hands of the killer, drool of the killer, eyes of the killer, flesh of the killer, blood of the killer, ears of the killer, heart of the killer, and face of the killer, along with some bonus rooms. I really like this. This is very stylish. In its own way. They say that later BB will drop by. Is that so? I'd like to meet BB. I am here. Grabber 2, Moving Co. We'll take you away. Some certificates. A cult. Some weird contraption whose purpose I cannot discern. New. Everything must go. And now moving on to Hands of the Killer. Bum bum bum. I wake up one night to a horrible scream outside my window. Sounds like the killer is at it again. The moon is high, but I'm feeling restless. The apartment blocks protective shutters have gone down for the night. Maybe a walk around is what I need. BB's reports note on the strange masks. Recently, strange masks have begun appearing in the city. What's with these masks? Nobody wants to talk about them. And my pins... Splatterman. Night Clown. Hold on, there was something here. BB, is that you? We're running low on merchandise for the online store. My sister ZZ is still hard at work. Her hours have become increasingly irregular since she started using the internet every day. She says it makes her smarter, but at what cost? If you're already awake, could you run for some supplies? Using forbidden knowledge, ZZ discovered we could pay the rent by putting mysterious items up for sale online. I am in charge of inventory, which means my job is grabbing them beforehand. But nobody seems to guard these things or pay attention when they're lost. Who's buying them? How do they have any value? I told you, that's just the economy. Nobody ever said it had to make sense. Just keep an eye out for any old beanie babies while you're out there. No. Wow, this must be the exciting new sense of direction in life that can only come via attaining a career. Oh, beanie babies. Aside from night noises, this part of the city has many amenities. The rooms here are cheap because of all the murders. Unfortunately, rent is due all the same. Another reason for the cheap rooms is the antiquated security system, far beneath today's superior anti-murder technology. This elevator will be unusable till morning. The shutters are scored and pitted on both sides with knife marks. Well, it does the job right, at least. Assuming that's not the only thing keeping horrible killers outside. Every week someone leaves one of these flyers in the hall. I often wonder what it is about this town that leads to such weird advertising sensibility. Ah, fantastic. The television is playing a foreign drama, but I can sort of work out what's meant to be happening. A famous statue, some buff guy without a head, and a mysterious gentleman crawling through the clock. Aside from the night noises, this part of the city has many amenities. Friendly reminder, owner's not liable for what happens in the tunnels. A soft vibration runs through the floor of the laundry room. None of the other residents are around at this hour, but all the washers are in use, day and night. I will admit, I have been guilty in the dorms of using the washer and then not immediately taking my clothes out and drying them. Through the window of the washer, I can see a kind of grayish, pulpy sludge churned indefinitely by the big spinners. I guess someone wants it very clean. I've never been able to find out who pulled off the tunnel cover to start with, although the joke is that the owners thought it would be cheaper than building a fire escape. The air from inside, it is inviting and cool. Looks like a killer went through it. I'm assuming that it's not jumpscare central, okay? Like, we have some sort of class, right? Some amount of standards. God, this is just dreadful. What's going on over there? Like, I did say this was comedy horror, so I'm assuming there's not going to be, like, some jump scare. It's just unnerving. I climb out into some kind of storeroom, dead moths under my feet. The clothes here look to be around 20 years old, which is not enough, so I'll have to go deeper. What am I trying to do? Like, find the ancient storeroom? Holding the tomb of Ra? Like many cities, this one underwent many changes over the years. There was an industrial period, a retail period, a service period, etc., until gradually the things it manufactured became too abstract and indecipherable to easily be summarized in any way. I still hope to find out what they are myself, someday. Anyway, with each change in the economy, the building was adapted to a new shape. New rooms added or closed off, each layer draped piecemeal over the last, to form new species where opportunity might live. Speaking of which, ZZ says the sweet spot for nostalgia material is 30 to 40 years old, or old enough to smell like death. I think the internet is accelerating her tendencies towards the gothic. Personally, I've always been more about true crime. I mean, that's like way too long. I displace some spiders and rummage in the box. The result? 3 copies of Patch Adams on VHS, a jigsaw puzzle with a picture of a boat, miscellaneous plastic crap. I don't feel like carrying any of it back. The search goes on. But yeah, 30 to 40 years, that's too long, I think. I mean, it does warrant nostalgia. I think these days, like, the time period for that is definitely shortened. When I pick up the Bort doll, a layer of greasy rubber skin comes off and sticks to my hands. The bulbous eyes roll crazily around. No good to sell, but maybe it could be scavenged for parts. I make a mental note. But yeah, I mean, for me, like, I was having nostalgia for things just 10 years ago. Sometimes not even 10 years ago, like 5 years ago. I guess really anything like pre-COVID, you know? I keep looking through the heaps, a clear plastic pyramid with a racing car inside. A pile of cassette tapes with the insides pulled out and knotted together. A copy of Steely Dan, live at the Gibbous. I push onwards. The clothes rack seems to contain nothing but denim overalls with a smiling clown embroidered decal. They're covered with a soft layer of translucent mold that seems to be coming from the clown. Box of knives, barely used. A t-shirt reading Blomby Dog. An abstract plastic toy with horribly detailed rubber feet that's covered in tufts of synthetic hair. I can't even really see it. Another box. This one says stickies and shows a smiling woman being encased in green slime. It's being held tightly shut with electrical tape. Hey, I've seen that plot before. Yeah, the camera's sort of weird. Like, it also moves forward a bit, even though I'm just holding, like, left or right. That's a person. It seems like everyone in this world has, like, a sheet over their heads. Except for me. Handprints. So far, tonight's pickings have been slim, so I keep moving and gradually find myself in a place I've never been before. The corridors are narrow, but still feel lived in. Somehow. The rooms get closer, the clutter more deliberate. Flyers for a local bingo night have been left in the hall. A potted plant that's still alive. Old but well-used office supplies that don't give too much dust. I hear soft whispering behind the walls. They're in the walls. They're in the gosh darn walls. So there's that. And there's only that. Actually, there's more. Nope, this was a huge waste of my time. This part feels like a waiting room, but there's no one else around. Fresh magazines have been left on the couches. Who are they expecting here exactly? It couldn't possibly be me, could it? Is your name Donald Duck? No. I've got it. In that case, you must be Mickey Mouse. Nope. If your name's not Mickey Mouse, then you must be Donald Duck. Please don't waste my time with insults to my intelligence. Anyway, come on inside. Oh, what's this? Why, it's my first strangle victim doll circa 1971, in surprisingly good condition. I did believe we used up the last of them some time before. I wonder where they found it. What? I'm not a doll. Really? You're dressed very similarly, though. But it's a stupid coincidence. Clip. Zzz. Help. Don't strangle me. I'm a real person. Help. Click. Bzz. Oh, they were a wonderful toy. If you opened up the torso, they had little plastic innards, and if you stood on their throats, their eyes would really bulge. Sometimes I think that's what first put me on the path of pure research, before administrative duties began to take up all my time. In truth, it makes little difference, as like everybody in the college, I lost the ability to distinguish people from dolls some time ago. I wonder why I'm talking to a toy. Old age, I suppose. Soon I'll ask a member of the staff to come in and carve off the skin, or the coating, or what have you. and we can figure out what lies inside. The path of pure research is long. In the meantime, there are committee meetings. Goodbye. Wait, this is a college? College of what? Luckily, they seem to have a very abstract notion of how knots work. But I guess that's academia for you. I better vamonos out of here. Has my fashion sense really been ripping off an obscure and horrible doll line for all these years? Is nothing new under the sun? They look too mutilated to be worth anything, so I guess the terrible secret dies with them. I hear a drilling noise and breaking glass, and everything smells like sawdust and wet paint. I'm feeling like a work in progress. Something tells me I should stay out of people's way. The elevator shutter's rusted shut, but at least I'm still in the network of the same antique security system. The buttons on the panel look like they've been melted down by acid. Oh no! Whack. Boy, it's been a while since I got my hands dirty with one of you things. Now let me think. Is this a Phillips? I'm just gonna crawl on out of here. I hear drilling noise, da-da-da. It's another area. Get out of my way. Weird cult people, I need to get out of here. Boy, they really went all out on renovating this place. Beneath the wallpaper, outlines of sealed doorways can be seen. Decades of staff rotas peeled off the walls as I moved by. Pages and pages of rambling text on moldering and discolored paper have been stuck up on the walls with what looks to be ketchup. The academic job market takes another toll. Saw a history in the body of a murdered convict, while Acaphael saw it in a decapitated king. Creating history is the duty of all murderers, and in the tools they hack with, we see the reflection of a new age that is to come. To perfect murder, we must create a new universe devoted exclusively towards that purpose. We must also consider the possibility that we live in it already. To imagine a new society is to call it into being. We must first prepare a list of bylaws. Photographs mark the inauguration of the college on the evening of the Great Vision. What's the point of portraits when everyone is wearing a mask? My goodness, what's this? Having survived the workshops of necessity, I now find myself stranded in the new world of the aesthetic. Such thoughts are of the general public as they make their cautious entrance into history. Hey, I'm the only one that's allowed to narrate my thoughts, not you. The central idea of an age must be nurtured after all. Paint and wood are nesting materials by which they attain the heat to thrive. Why waste time kicking down the doors? The House of Art has many windows. Bloody Night 4. I need to get out of this wacky toy house. Get away from me, you cackling, disturbing individual. What's that? You know, I thought that was gonna fall on me. The new age will be theatrical, and thus we stand to learn from theater, an empty space menaced by ominous facade. The fourth wall is the entrance to an alleyway, the length of which extends through all time. Think of the new buildings we'll need to have alleyways like these. The metaphors of chopping and carving, embodied in sculpture, are too trite to be of use. We find instead our purpose in an art of brilliant monuments, to kill people in the shadow of, you know, classicism. Sound sculpture masks the sound of distant screams, approaching footsteps. As such, I believe they will be very popular. Of course, ultimately, such noises are the foundation of a far greater symphony, but there is no shame in being midwife to a dream. In our video lab, we can covertly influence the culture by filming our death fantasies and releasing them as commercial horror films. Our Bloody Night franchise has sold thousands of copies. Bloody Night? Aren't those the awful direct-to-video horror films that everyone watches to make fun of? Everybody what now? Yeah, you know. I mean, you gotta admit, they were poorly directed. Look, I just call it how it is, okay? If the movie's bad, the movie's bad. How do I get out of this place? Maybe down this hallway? A calm study nestles in the middle of the horrible murderer compound. Respectable leather-bound tomes line the walls. An aura of propriety seems to muffle all sound. I think my nose is bleeding. Dry nose? Yeah, I know the feeling. Copies of the owner's publications including Introduction to the Western Canon, Advanced Studies in the Western Canon, Whatever Happened to the Western Canon, and The Western Canon Rocks Out, abridged edition for teens and study groups. A picture of the hooded man I met when I woke up. The prestigious Dr. Zhu wows attendance at an academic soiree with his all-embracing knowledge of the cultural world. So many cats. I wonder, is it sentimental I held on to all the aspects of my old career? But I always wanted to live inside a tomb. Talking doll, you've been wandering around the pieces of the world that was. Wouldn't you like to visit to the world that is to come? Gah! The interest of homicide has always been symbolic. Real death has no consequence and in fact is rather quiche. What matters is the... I didn't even get to read that. Where are you? My eyesight is quite bad these days. I haven't moved like this for quite a while. None of us tend to leave campus these days. You know how it is. As you think and think, the thickets grow denser. I can still hear the flat droning voice behind me, but these corridors seem quieter, more familiar. I could swear I once found a lost cache of troll dolls inside one of these rooms. What's down this dark and spooky hallway? Nothing. The door is locked, but looks more maintenance-y than others. A sticker on the door says, "Unseal with hallway access panel." Am I near the location of the long-lost air conditioner controls? Well, no wonder they're long-lost. They're protected by a bunch of murderer cultists. There's a lever on this, so it's probably the thing that opens the door. I'm getting sick and tired of being chased by murderers all night and not going to look into this any further. Ka-chink. Who's there? Ah, it's you. My goodness, the years have hardly altered you at all. Mr. Killer, I know you get this a lot, but I'm a huge fan of your work. I would truly like to see it get the critical attention it deserves. Have you ever considered co-authoring a paper? Uh-oh. You know what? I want to find out. I want to see. My soul knows not to look into this any further, but I must know. Or not. It can remain a secret forever what happened there. That creature's gonna be crawling through the vents. Hi there. Well, thank you for taking care of all of those cultists for me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Seems like he's coming for me now. I better skedaddle out of here. BB's report, epilogue. After finding my way inside the vent, I was able to get back to the apartment without any further incident. Although all night long strange noises echoed through the pipes. The next morning we totaled up the day's haul. The result? Assorted pogs, and a pamphlet that must have been placed in my pocket somehow. I thought the pamphlet might have been worth something, but Zizi says there are copies lying around inside the bus station for free. Night School. Prospectus 1920. A frightening world's an interesting world to be in. Wide variety of classes. Learn a trade. And with that, that is the end of Hands of the Killer.